Hi, my name is Steve Ink, and I've been asked to share a little bit about my life with you. You might ask, why is Oak Ridge, Tennessee showing on the map? It's because that's where it all began, or at least that's where I began. Oak Ridge was a town created by the federal government in 1942 as a production site for the Manhattan Project. Oak Ridge was known as the Atomic City and also as the Secret City because nobody was allowed to talk about what they did for a living. They even had spies to make sure you didn't talk. This is my dad. He began work with the Atomic Energy Commission, AEC, in Oak Ridge several years after World War II ended. He wasn't a scientist. He was an administrator. It was at this point in time that I came along. Within a year, we moved to Aiken, South Carolina, where the Savannah nuclear power plant was built. Dad was moving up, or at least east, and I went along for the ride. I spent my time playing outside. At about the time I reached age 4, we moved up to the Washington, D.C. area and landed in Silver Spring, Maryland, where Dad continued to rise up in the AEC. While in D.C., Dad started working directly with the presidents. He briefed Eisenhower on the nuclear stockpile. Presidents Kennedy through Reagan appointed him to high-level government jobs. He has interacted with all the presidents in some form or another, from Eisenhower through Obama. Because of Dad's work, as a kid I met Eisenhower at the opening of the AEC building in Germantown, Maryland. I was at Kennedy's funeral. I met Johnson getting off of an airplane. I was at a Nixon White House Christmas party. And I was at Carter's inauguration. It was also because of my dad's work with AEC that while in 8th grade I was able to accompany Dad, several other top officials, and Admiral Rickover on a trip out to sea on the USS Enterprise, where they demonstrated the full capabilities of the first nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. It was the highlight of my kid life. This is my mom. My mom was a flautist and played for a short time with the National Symphony in D.C. We always had music in the house. I still remember the day I asked my parents for piano lessons. They brought home an accordion and started me on lessons. I eventually also took lessons on clarinet, oboe, classical guitar, regular acoustic guitar, and then finally, piano. Guitar was my favorite. In college, I played at every event I could find. After college, I managed to get a record and performing contract with a small record company, Festival Records.
2,800 miles and we're rolling, playing tapes and singing to the tunes on the radio.
The company eventually went broke, probably because they were promoting me. While at Montana State University, I became a ski fanatic. I found a way to schedule all my academic classes winter quarter in the morning so that I could hop on the daily noon bus to the ski hill every afternoon. I went on probation at the end of winter quarter and got off probation at the end of spring quarter. Over the years, I've picked up several degrees. A B.S. in Film and Television Production from Montana State University, an M.A. in Religion from Pepperdine University, an M.Div. from Abilene Christian University, and a J.D. from Santa Clara University Law School. I've also taken classes at Foothill College, University of Wisconsin, and Graduate Theological Union in Berkeley. You might ask, why would anyone undertake that much education? The answer is really quite simple. I don't know. But I have worked in television production in D.C. and Virginia, in ministry in Maryland and California, and as a litigating and estate planning attorney here in the Bay Area. I've served as a 1-year interim administrator for a private school of which I had been serving on the board. I taught Bible and basic business law courses for 10 years in the evening program at San Jose Christian College. I wrote a book for church that is still available on Amazon or online at Barnes & Noble. I'm on 3 boards. Since 2006, I've been with the trust department of this bank, which, as it turns out, requires most of the skills I've learned in my prior lives, except perhaps skiing. A few years ago, I got serious about running and biking. I ran 4 marathons in 4 years, ran 2 200-mile relays, and a host of other running and biking events. I've climbed Half Dome 4 times. I've been slowing down recently because of injuries. of which I'm becoming more susceptible as I get older. I was married right out of college to a young woman I met while in school, but she unexpectedly died one night about a year and 3 months into our marriage. That event and the way the church reached out to me shaped me in several ways. A few years later, in graduate school, I met Sharon. We've now been married a bunch of years. We have a son and a daughter-in-law, and 2 amazing grandkids. It's a perfect family. My parents raised me to believe I could be and do anything I set my mind to. I even got a chance to play for the Washington Redskins. I played guitar and sang for the Redskins at the Stirrup Cup, a lounge in the Marriott Hotel next to Dulles Airport where the Redskins would stop off before flying out to a game. I realize my life sounds a bit eclectic or perhaps even schizophrenic, but I'm really grateful for the opportunities that I've been given in my life, and if I don't mess them up too badly right now, maybe I'll be given some more in the future. Thank you for listening to my story.